opens up again. Old boots. And we have more bottles back here. Now that's cool. A doorway. You hear that? Let's see what we got. Well, they made a wall here. I could only assume it had doors on it. So it must have went up a ways, at least a little bit. Let's not mess around with that if we don't need to. Definitely a collapse. All right, I'm gonna go back. I'm not gonna fool around in there. Let's go a little further. All right, we are already in the heart of hell here. Wasn't even gonna record anything because it was just crawling through collapse after collapse. But we made it this far, and I would hate to have done this whole journey without getting some footage of it. So let's go. So there's going to be side workings like this all over the place. But our goal is to push as far through this manway as possible. I know it looks bad. I mean, this is a pretty bad roof spill here. And the scariest part of it is this barely attached piece of roof. So we're going to move very carefully here through. You know what? That looks like it's being held up by this timber. When that timber gives out, so will the ceiling, I would imagine. So there's tracks in the ground, which would indicate this kept going, but that's as tight of a squeeze as it's going to get. Wow. Hold your breath. For as sketchy as it looks, at least this part of the ceiling looks like it's in one piece, though. Never want to take that for granted, but could be worse. The big question is, does it keep going? And it looks like it does down there. Let's go. Hopefully we could get off the ceiling and start walking again. That was brutal, but we're through. Whoa, look at this side working. Got some metal chutes in there. Good amount of timbers. Talk about an adrenaline rush. As far as we know, no one has ever been back here, at least since the place went abandoned. This is awesome. And you could probably walk a little ways back there too. Nice, shiny anthracite coal here. Another nasty roof fall, but we've been over worse. Where does that go? So maybe we'll have a look at that at some point, but for now, we're going to continue along the main tracks here. Looks nasty up ahead again, though. Let's go find out. But every time it looks like it's collapsed out, there's just enough room to squeeze over. Another awesome side working. I mean, this just looks like a couple of boulders. I already see some timbers behind it. Well, until it gets to the point where it is just sealed shut. We'll keep pushing over further and further, I suppose. It's a crouch, but that's not too bad. Nothing compared to that last collapse. And it opens up again. Wow. I'm really impressed with these side workings, that they have nice gob walls and timbers. Old can of motor oil here. Says Esso-Lube motor oil. That's about all we're going to be able to read off of that. So these usually will peter out until it's just a little bit of a crawl and squeeze. Old gloves the miners wore down here. Look at that. They just left them down here one day. Never returned to work once they were finished with this mine. And continuing on, still have no idea when this is going to end. Whoa, check that out. Beautiful gob walls. I see a bottle sitting upright. It's a full pint of something. It is prohibited for reuse. An empty box. Fortunately, it's empty. Pretty good idea what that was for. Narrow gauge tracks. Came all the way back here. And there's a shovel. Now that's cool. In the past, when I've gone to pick these up, they will just break either the handle. So you know what? I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm not even going to try to move it. I walked right past that before, didn't I? Old boots. And we have more bottles back here in surprisingly good shape. 2 of them. We are lucky enough to have a cap on it too. So it looks like we have Casco Distillers. Have to do some research on that. At least that's what it looks like here. So across from the boot and the bottles, there's a little jar over here too. My mind is pretty blown already. Uh-oh. Wait till I see a doorway. Oh man. And a gangway that splits off down to the left. All right, we're going to check out real quick this side passage, just because the clearance is reasonably high here. If it gets too crazy, we'll turn back. I think we have more coal chutes here. Look at them all stacked up. Some steel pipes here. Whoa. Why is there lumber here lining the ground? Usually you would see that for manways, meant to be steps for the miners to get around easier. And a terrible mess came down here. And as far as the eye could see, it is just boulder on top of boulder. But it was well worth the look, because this was a pretty cool side gangway here. We have a nice wall with, looks like some dirt or something spilled through it. I wonder if this was an old entrance or something that was backfilled. Why else would it be blocked off like that? It looks like it was pushed in from the other side of this wall. Either that, or there was one wicked collapse that occurred. Well, to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. So yeah, this is going to be the end of the road here. I don't think we're making it through this one, huh?
I don't think so.
I'm not feeling any airflow or anything. You hear that? That's the road. We're hearing tractor trailers. I hope it picked it up on camera because that was no mistake, and that was an 18-wheeler. All right, I can't really see with the human eye, but let's see if we can get the camera up in here a little bit. I'm guessing the only way out would be at a slightly upward pitch here. We can actually feel the rumbles from the highway. Okay. Dude, we're so close.
I mean, that's probably like maybe 15, 20 feet above our head.
Yeah. But the fact that we could even hear the traffic, I mean, we're close to the surface, at the very least. This probably was a manway to the outside. So we pretty much completed the journey to the end of this gangway. It was not a disappointment. That was awesome. Some really cool little artifacts down here. So we're going to keep our eyes out on the way back and see if we missed anything interesting. So until next time, please stay out, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next hole.